Hey everybody, welcome back to Sounds Like a Drum, Kane's independent media production. Today is a very special product feature day, both to me and in general. It's a product that no one has seen before. We're getting to show it for the very first time. It is the EarPeace Music Pro set of earplugs. If you've been keeping up with us going on here, you know that we love EarPeace earplugs. I've been using them for years, various iterations, and they are the best, bar none for me. Ben agrees, it's what we love, it's what we tell everybody to get. And we've had the opportunity to partner with them recently and talk about hearing safety and also about their products. And today we are getting to unveil the new Music Pro earplugs. These are brand new. We've had the prototypes for a couple of months. We've been using them here while we shoot episodes and, anytime that we're being loud in any way. And they are incredible. I'm really excited to tell you about them. Now, I've been wearing these earplugs in every episode that we've shot for the last 2 months, and you probably didn't even notice because they are so inconspicuous. The look of wearing them is basically like you're not wearing any earplugs at all. Additionally, I've been wearing my old EarPeace earplugs in every other episode that we've ever shot of this show too, so these have basically been with us the entire time. There are a lot of basically like standard earplugs on the market that you can get, and then there's sort of a step past that, which is having custom-made earplugs made for you by an audiologist. I've had that done. A lot of people I know have had that done, both for earplugs and like in your monitors and things like that. Very expensive. I would say prohibitively expensive for the average musician. The thing about those earplugs that is particularly special is not actually that they're fitted, it's that they have incredible filter systems in them that give you unbelievable fidelity in the sound without really changing it at all. This is exactly what I've been looking for, which is bridging the gap between a simple plug that I don't have to worry about because it's not hundreds of dollars, but with the fidelity of the really high-end super pro stuff. So as I said earlier, I've been using regular EarPeace earplugs for years and years and years. I swear by them. They are my everyday thing. They're on my keys. I have them all the time. I wear them in the subway sometimes. And I've never wanted for anything with those. However, after using these, I can see how much even better than those things could get when structurally, it's still just an earplug. So what comes in a box when you order these? Well, the first thing you do before you order them is figure out what level of attenuation you want. Attenuation as in how much noise reduction you want for your ears. They span from 16 to 26 dB. Figure out the set that's right for you, and you order them. Now, when you receive your set, and you open up the box, you'll see that there's a case and 2 sets of earplugs in there. There's 1 set of filters, which is at the attenuation that you chose, and then a standard size set of plugs and a mini set for people with smaller ear canals, children, people who just need something that's smaller than the full size. This is a really great feature because if you've never bought earplugs before or you don't know what size you need, you don't have to worry about which set you're ordering. You get both sets right in the package. Most earplugs that you order have some kind of case to keep them in because you don't want to just carry them in your pocket. These come with a particularly ingenious design, which is that it is a double-ended case. The top part contains 2 earplugs, and then as you can see in the package, there's a 3rd earplug in both sizes so that you have an extra one in case you lose one. The 3rd one lives underneath on the back end of the case. On closer inspection of these earplugs, you can see that, unlike most that you see, these are not perfectly round. They're a little bit more of a kind of oval shape, they're a bit oblong, and this is by design. It's because of the shape of the ear canal. What we need from an earplug like this is to create as perfect as possible of a seal between the outside world and our eardrum, especially when we're dealing with extremely loud sounds, high frequencies, things like that. The shape of the ear canal is more of an oval, so anytime that you're using a round earplug, you are forcing a round peg into an ovular hole. And that leaves room for trouble even as simply as if you're hearing something loud and you open your mouth or move your jaw or push your head back. Sometimes little It's a sound can creep in the sides, and it's suddenly extremely loud after you've been wearing protection for a little while. Without your ear canal forcing the earplug to fit it, you end up with an even better comfort factor than with a standard earplug from them. And basically you get a good feel all day long, and I so far have had no leak problems of sound with these at all. Part 2 of the design of these earplugs is the filters themselves. If you've ever used foam earplugs in your life, you know that they basically take the normal sound that you're listening to and muffle it to death. Even some of the plugs on the market that have some sort of filter in them still don't really give you an accurate representation of the sound that you're hearing, especially in the high end of the high and the low end of the low. The filters in these plugs are extremely advanced mesh, and they basically act like a first eardrum that is hearing the outside world and giving that to your actual eardrum at a quieter volume, but it sounds exactly the same as the actual audio itself. Everything is just brought down a little bit. This, for me as a drummer, is incredibly important because the articulation part of hitting a snare drum or a cymbal is in the high end, and if I'm wearing a really muffly foam earplug, I don't have that kind of tactile sensation of the touch and the sound occurring at the same time. It all feels a little far away, and even with some kind of premium earplugs that I've used in my life, they still didn't give me that clarity that I was looking for. We have recommended EarPeace earplugs to classical musicians, people who would never normally wear earplugs, because of this degree of clarity in the whole spectrum, and even all the way down to the super low end. For musicians that need that level of clarity and dynamics when they're playing, and that they need to really be hearing every ounce of that when they're going, that is exactly what makes the Music Pros the absolute best choice for this. Maybe the most crucial aspect of these particular earplugs is that they are designed for musicians specifically. It's about the articulation, the dynamics, the hearing experience, the playing experience that a musician is looking for. EarPeace also designs all sorts of earplugs for different use case scenarios, whether it's motorcycles, workplace situations, because everyone's needs are different. Someone with a jackhammer is not going to necessarily need to hear high-end articulation, but they're going to need a lot of decibel suppression. So this kind of attention to detail is what sets them apart and makes basically the buying experience and the using experience of these as good as it could possibly be, because you know you're getting a tool for exactly what you need. A little personal side note, the set that I've been using for the last couple of months is actually the 16 dB set, so it is the least amount of attenuation, which is still more than enough for any drumming that I do here. Granted, I'm not hitting as hard as I can, but I've really only, we had a stave shell snare here one day that was loud enough that maybe like going up to a 20 or something would be cool, but 16 has been plenty for everything. And immediately, the minute that I put on, it was a completely different experience than the original ones that I was already in love with. Depending on your situation and the type of music you play, or if you happen to be on really loud stages, you can check them out and see which one is like the right one for you. They all basically sound exactly the same. It's just a matter of how much you need it to come down from the ambient sound. As musicians, and especially as drummers, we can't stress this enough. Protecting your hearing is everything. Like, if you only have the one set of ears, if they get messed up, there's really nothing you can do. And the two problems that we run into with this earplug thing with musicians, everyone that I know who doesn't wear them, is that either they're frustrated by having to remember to bring them, or having them buried in their pocket, which is solved by the case on your keys, or that they're frustrated with the fidelity of them and they think that it sounds unnatural or muddy, or they just don't care for the sound or the fit, frankly. And all of this has been solved with the Music Pro series. that about wraps it up. Thank you so much to EarPeace for sponsoring today and for continuing to make these incredible products that are allowing us to do our job without hurting ourselves and enjoy it while we do it too. Not just protect our ears, but also give us a really great listening experience while we're playing the music that we're playing. Visit the link below. You can learn all about the different lines, all of the sublines of the Music Pro series. There's one that works for you, I guarantee it. They're fabulous. Go check them out.